Eye movements in body language are a crucial aspect of nonverbal communication. The eyes can reveal a wide range of emotions and thoughts, often without the person realizing it. Here are some of the most common eye movements and what they mean in the context of body language. 1. Eye contact. Prolonged, may indicate interest, attraction, or trust. However, if it is too prolonged, it can be perceived as threatening or intrusive. Avoided, it can signal discomfort, insecurity, or a desire to hide something. It can also indicate that the person is introverted or shy. Intermittent, eye contact that comes and goes can indicate that the person is relaxed and comfortable in conversation. 2. Eye movements. Moving to the left, when a person looks to the left, especially if they are right-handed, they may be in the process of recalling memories or stored information. Shift to the right, looking to the right may indicate that the person is imagining or inventing something, although this is not an absolute rule and can vary between individuals. Up and left, can indicate recall of visual images from memory. Up and right, it can indicate the construction of visual images, often associated with invention or creativity. Bottom left, often associated with hearing-related memories or remembered sounds. Bottom right, it can indicate the recall of internal sensations or emotions. 3. Blinking. Frequent, a more frequent blink than normal can indicate stress, anxiety, or lies. Rare, a few blinks may indicate intense concentration or an attempt to mask emotions. 4. Dilation of the pupils. Dilation, dilated pupils may indicate interest, excitement, or attraction. It's an unintentional reaction and can be difficult to control. Twitching, constricted pupils may indicate disinterest or discomfort. 5. Gaze. Fix a specific point, it can indicate focus or attention to something specific. Blank stare, a blank stare may indicate that the person is thinking deeply or is distracted. 6. Eyebrow movement. Raising eyebrows, often a sign of surprise or interest. Lowering the eyebrows, it can indicate disapproval, anger, or intense concentration. Cultural interpretations. It is important to note that the interpretation of eye movements can vary greatly depending on the culture. For example, in some Asian cultures, prolonged eye contact may be considered disrespectful, while in many Western cultures, it is seen as a sign of care and honesty. Final thoughts. Eye movements in body language are only part of the overall picture of nonverbal communication. It's important to consider context and other nonverbal cues, such as posture and gestures, in order to correctly interpret what a person might be thinking or feeling. Eye movements. Central shift auditory system. The eye movements that can be associated with the auditory system are particularly interesting and vary depending on the direction in which the eyes move. In general, when we talk about the auditory system in the context of eye movements, we are referring to how people move their eyes when recalling or processing sound information. Eye movements and auditory system. Eye movement to the left. Left side horizontal, when a person looks to the left, it can be indicative of recalling sounds or past conversations. This movement is more common in right-handed people. For example, if you ask someone to remember a melody or conversation, they may be looking to the left as they attempt to recall that sound memory. Eye movement to the right. Right side horizontal, looking to the right may suggest that the person is building or imagining new sounds. This could happen when a person is trying to imagine what something they have never heard before might sound like. Downward eye movement. Bottom left, this movement is often associated with internal dialogue and the reenactment of sounds or words. When someone looks down to the left, they may be busy mentally repeating something to themselves or remembering an inner conversation. Bottom right, in some models, this movement may be related to the recall of emotional or physical sensations, but in other interpretations, it is associated with the recall of sounds and heard conversations. Interpretation and applications. Retrieval of information. When a person looks to the left while speaking or answering a question, they may be retrieving information they have heard in the past. This can be helpful in understanding whether the person is recalling real experiences or imagining or constructing a new response. Construction of new information. Moving to the right may indicate that a person is trying to imagine what a new piece of information or a hypothetical situation might sound like. This is especially useful in creative contexts or when you're asking someone to speculate on something that didn't happen. Cultural and individual considerations. Culturally variable, interpretations of eye movements can vary greatly between different cultures. For example, while in some cultures looking into each other's eyes is a sign of honesty and care, in others it can be considered disrespectful. Individual differences, not all people follow these patterns exactly. Some individuals may have unique eye movement patterns based on personal experiences, neurodiversity, or cognitive preferences. Practical applications. Psychology and therapy. Understanding eye movements can help therapists better understand how their patients process information and recall memories. Interrogations and investigations. Investigators can use this knowledge to assess the veracity of statements based on the eye movements of the subjects. Education and training. Teachers can adapt their teaching techniques based on how students recall and process information. Eye movements related to the auditory system are a fascinating aspect of body language that can reveal a lot about how a person thinks and feels, adding an extra layer of understanding to human communication.